Carson Bruner, yeah.
I remember.
Digital arena, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Donut Bag presented by The Sportscast.
The Donut Bag, hosted by Joey Bag of Donuts. And here's your host, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Looks like we got a show. How about that? Hey,
nice.
We're off to a good start.
We're off to a better start.
Welcome to the Donut Bag Podcast, part of the Sportscast Network. If you want to join in the conversation, Dave, what do you do when you comment? Do you go on YouTube or is it?
I normally do YouTube. Yeah, normally do YouTube.
I'm guessing YouTube is the main way, and
just because it works better. I mean, video and Twitter doesn't. I don't know. It just seems off.
Yeah. Facebook seems to have a delay with the comments, so
I'll
get off of the show, and I'll pull up Facebook, and there's 5 or 6 comments
that you didn't even see. That stinks.
Yeah, so that kind of stinks. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what else stinks? The Steelers. Previously on the Donut Bag, they played one. Hi, George. Come up here, George.
George is back.
George is back. Oh, but he's a slippery little sucker. They played one exhibition, one preseason game, and looked like the greatest team of all time. And then they played another preseason game and looked like the Cleveland Browns. So, are we worried, or is this just in general? Are you worried about the team or not?
The team, no. Certain aspects of the team, yeah. The offensive line again looked pretty shaky. Broderick Jones, in particular, looked pretty shaky. But I think at some point in preseason, you get to be like, well, we're down 17-0 or 14-0 or whatever. We're gonna keep our plan, and we may win or lose this game, but we have a idea of who we want out there, what we want to run, who's going to run what pattern, what defensive setting we have, how we want to switch it. And they're just going to stick to it. And I don't think the ultimate score really matters to McCarthy or the staff. So, I know it was against the Jets, but still, I'm not that concerned, but I am concerned on certain positions.
Dave, in general, are you concerned?
I mean, partially, I think people's concern is based on where you think the team was going to be anyway. It was going to, I hate to say it, this was not a 17-0 team. This was a above average, decent, hopefully, if no one gets injured, above average team. It would, would it shock me, if a month ago you said, oh, Steelers are going to end up third in the division? No, I can see if the Ravens and Cincy stay healthy, they're probably better teams talent-wise. But they haven't done that. So I could just say the Steelers are going to win the division like they did last year. Sure, I could see that. Do I see them being on the tier of the best teams in the league? No. And I'm, like Darren said, I'm concerned that the offensive line looked as bad as it did. And week 1, they didn't look that great either because no running game, and the quarterbacks in week 1 still had to run for their lives way too often. Especially since there are no answers. You supposedly had answers on the left side because you figured, where they were last year on the right side, switching over. I know there's a whole bunch. It's more than just switching left hand and right hand moves, but you figured they would be settled in by a month into camp. I mean, since camp started, they would be settled enough to look decent. And then the right side, hey, Broderick looked decent passable last year before he got injured. They were passable, but they didn't look good. They have not looked good at all. So it's really hard to say. I mean, yes, the quarterbacks definitely did not look good. Those 2 interceptions looked particularly bad. But I mean, you can't say how much of it is the fact that they didn't have that neither quarterback really had time to, with the offensive line playing as bad as it is. But you can't say, well, it'll be better in the regular season because these were not backup offensive linemen that Will Howard. This was if the season started now, there's your starting 5.
That is very scary.
It's so weird because it's kind of like we're not in a rebuilding year, but the only rookie that they probably plan on starting is going to be Riley Nowakowski, the fullback, and maybe Ihanachor. I think those are maybe the only 2. And I think the plan is, and it's been actually kind of said, the plan is to build up the team for next year. So whoever the quarterback's going to be, we know Rodgers is out, and we know that it's going to be either Howard or Aller, and so that's part of the woes. But I mean, I don't think, to speak for you, Dave or Joe, but I don't think we want to sit here and accept a 5-win season. I'd still like us to be competitive and whatnot. But the offensive line was kind of the key for me too, Dave.
I think people would actually be okay with a 5-win season.
They might.
I think what they would not be okay with is 9-8. Which oh God, we're coming up on September 8th. That's Mike Tomlin Day. Yeah, they would not be okay with another Mike Tomlin year where you go 9-8 and either barely make the playoffs or miss the playoffs and get like a really crappy draft slot. So it's like you're just in this mushy middle crap. If they end up going 5-12, it's like, oh, good, we get a top 10 draft pick. Cool. And in a year that's supposed to be good with quarterbacks. Good. But they, people will be okay with 12-5, 5-12, 9-8. We've seen this for 20 years. Yeah. I'm tired of that. So
I would also say it depends on how they get there. If it's 5-12 because let's say Cam Hayward finally acts his age and there's an injury or 2 that's serious.
Rodgers gets hurt.
Yeah. Even, Rodgers gets hurt is one thing, but someone who's going to be here a while. Like I really thought Broderick Jones, if he didn't get injured, was going to be not great, not first round draft pick, but steady, consistent, not bad. Not where you had to do in their first round draft on another tackle. He was going to be okay. He's not what you wanted, but you know what? He's going to be steady. And if you have that progression, you get this feeling at the end of the year, even if it's 9-8, I'll say, if you got the feeling of, you know what? This team's got it together. Right. We have our offensive line. And by the end of the year, if they're playing good, that's why last year felt different from the year before. The year before, where we had that collapse for Russell Wilson,
right,
and we limped in. Where last year they didn't collapse at the end of the year. They still didn't play good in the playoffs, but they weren't blown out. It wasn't like that Cleveland game that Ben lost in the playoffs, right. Where it was like, maybe if we get lucky, if Cleveland starts playing like Cleveland, they'll win. No, it was, but if they have progress, if they look like they're playing good, if it's 5-12 and you're like, oh, this is just like the Cleveland Browns, I don't have a good feeling about that because a quarterback isn't going to fix. If you're good in a lot of other places, a quarterback will get you there.
So let's look at the state of the offensive line right now. At left tackle, you have Fauatano, and we think he'll be good, hopefully. At left guard, McCormick, we think he's okay. Center, Zach Frazier, that might be the best player on the whole damn team. He might be all pro. Right guard is probably going to be Spencer Anderson. Okay, I'm okay with that. Kind of hoping it might have been.
Well, is Gunner injured, or I just heard from multiple people he just has not had a good camp.
Who?
Gunner.
Jennings Dunker.
Jennings Dunker, sorry.
Mullet guy.
Mullet guy, yeah.
Here's what I hear about him. If it was just run blocking, he's great. he'll move mountains. Pass protection, he needs a lot of work. So basically, this is a redshirt year. That's what I hear.
Well, he did a whole bunch of Steelers came off of proverbial IR today and returned to practice. He was one of them. But I think Joe might be onto something. I've heard the same thing where he could be a red shirt year. And that would make room for someone's going to have a red shirt year because they want to keep 4 quarterbacks. It's I have no doubt in my mind at this point. They want to keep 4 quarterbacks, but he could definitely be that. But then you have to also look at if you let McCollum go, you have no backup center.
Supposedly Hoffman can play backup center.
Hoffman can play, but that kind of scares me because then you're going to go shopping for a center if something happens to him. So I don't know. And then today they signed a running back in the camp, and it's a little crazy right now what's going on there, plugging in, plugging out, who's going to play, who's not going to play. I think this last game, which I can't believe we're already coming up to the last game, is that Thursday night, Joe?
Thursday night in Buffalo, yep.
In Buffalo. And there's probably, I think it's going to be crucial. Some of these guys are playing for their lives on this team. And then that's going to be a fun show that following week because our show should fall right into cut down day.
Yeah.
So
those 4 positions are pretty much set. And then right tackle, oh boy, we got Houston. We have a problem. It is between Dylan Cook right now and Broderick Jones. Unfortunately, Honator is hurt, and I think that's a big problem because Cook is not looking good, and Broderick Jones, wow. Now, in his defense, he is coming back from neck surgery.
Yeah.
He does not have a strength, and he does not. He's working his way. It would not surprise me if he started the year on injured reserve. So I think what they're doing with Broderick Jones is because he's playing like almost every snap of these preseason games. I think what they're doing is just letting him work himself into shape again. So yes, he is looking absolutely horrible, but he has an excuse. Cook seems to be a disappointment, and honestly, if hopefully Ihanator is not terribly hurt. But the minute he's okay, throw him in there because for all I hear, he is the chosen one. He is awesome. And yes, you're going to have your growing pains, but who cares? Throw him in there because he's way better than anything else.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You need a good offensive line because you have a 100-year-old quarterback. So get it together, guys, because what has been going on so far, from what we've seen in the preseason, it ain't going to cut it. So guys, get it together.
Yeah, the other thing too, and I'm not worried about it, but we were missing 7 defensive backs, 7 in that game, and they played 3 guys they basically picked up off the street, essentially. And so, but now these guys are coming back all of a sudden today. I think we might see a contract for Joey Porter by the end of next week. Just the feeling I have, and some things I'm hearing from some people in the area there in media, but that was the other area. I wanted to say it was an area of concern. I wrote down area of concern ? But is it really when you have me and Dave out there playing against the Jets last?
Pretty much.
Last week,
that's what annoyed me about that game. That Jets game is, especially in the second half. These dudes are going to be working at Home Depot next week. I mean, there were just a lot of, people that are going to get cut. And it's like, okay, I guess what are we doing if these people are especially poor Drew Aller throwing to bums and that, he would throw a great pass and would go right in his hands and it would drop it. Like that was just really frustrating. It's like, okay, we like it used to be cut down used to be like there was like 3 or 4 cut downs. It's like, okay, we cut down this and then we cut down this and then we get to, 53 or whatever. Now it's like all in one day. And it's like, why are we keeping these people around? Just let's get on with our lives work already.
The other thing to Dave's point too, in that, Joe, is with this offensive line, who you bringing in? Who's going to be working at Mars School District next week as a janitor? The only other thing that concerns me about that is not that we have to, but we haven't been ripping off big chunks of yardage yet again. And I would, you don't do it every run. I get that. But I'd like to see us get 8 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, 9 yards, because 3rd and 2 is a hell of a lot better than 3rd and 7, right?
It has not happened, at least this is preseason.
They need to fix that. So that was kind of another concern for me. I do love that they're using the fullback in these short yardage situations. That's been good, and it's been working very well. But yeah, it's that's a bit of concerning too, and that comes back to that offensive line, though, Dave and Joe. And who's going to be starting come week 1, and are these backs going to be able to rip off something more than a 2 or 3 yard run
without the backs having to do? And I'm sorry, I think the backs are good, but they're not Barry Sanders. They're not. Oh, the line's falling apart, but he can get 5 yards on his own. This is not the running backs we have. They're good. And even with a decent offensive line, I think we'll have a really good running game. But, I mean, and again, the biggest thing with offensive line is not just, hey, we got a bunch of guys who are good. They have to work good together. You have to have that group of 5 people. And right now, we don't know who the 5 people are. They're still trying to figure that out because no one stepped up. I don't think this is on the coaching per se, even though I don't know why I guess because they drafted, they drafted Max, and that's why they did this, basically the line switch. But other than that, it's like, okay, right side of the offensive alignment, here's your chance to step up, and no one's stepping up.
Right.
Or everyone who, like Max, like I said, if he wasn't injured, yeah, that'd be great. But, and this is the thing. How injured is he? We don't know.
I don't know.
I know they don't have to tell us per se, but when you first say it's a blah, 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 he'll be out a couple of days. It's 3 weeks later.
I don't know. He was in pads today. So, I think they're just treating their investment, with secure arms, I guess, Dave. I don't know. But,
no. I don't want him rushed back. But, we're at the preseason. This is not a playoff game where you don't necessarily want to tell the other team, oh, we have one guy who's injured. This is preseason. If the guy's injured, does it, and reporters are asking direct questions. Do you really want to skirt around direct questions? I mean, Tomlin was great at it.
Oh, yeah.
That was Tomlin's thing. Oh, yeah. But do you really want to start off a new thing saying, who knows?
Spider-Man doesn't run out of web fluid on Tuesdays, right?
right. Yeah, make up something. Yes.
Hey, Lance, got a comment there, Joe.
Yeah. Hey, Lance. Shout out from the Mon Valley.
I love the Mon Valley, Glassport, all the way down through there. That's good stuff.
Mon Valley, isn't that where Charlie Batch is from?
Yep, Steel Valley High School.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, my team had to play them in '89. We won the state championship that year, and Charlie Batch was a sophomore.
I was going to say Charlie Batch was on that team. Holy cow!
He was, and he was playing a little DB and a little kick returner. He wasn't starting QB, but
wow.
That was like our biggest thing. We had to kick a field goal to win that game to advance, and it was it was like a 43-yard field goal kicker. And
for high school too.
Yeah, for high school
that's
too.
That's a long way for high school.
Yeah, he nailed it, and we won, and we moved on, and it was great. So, but yeah, always enjoyed Steel Valley. Steel Valley looks tough this year. We could probably even do a Whippeal podcast sometime, Joe. But yeah. Lance, where'd you go to school at in the Mon Valley?
Yeah, let us know, Lance.
Let us know.
When I think of field goals in high school, I think of I think it was 1998. Now I went to Penn Trafford, and I was gone by then. But they went for the WPIL championship in '98, I believe, and they lost it in the championship game and it was like a pretty short field goal too. Like imagine you're some kid, you're just on the team and you're the kicker and you have to kick the winning field goal for the championship and you miss. Like, man, I just felt for that kid. Like, dang, that's a lot, man.
One thing I always felt bad for like high school and college kickers was the fact they put the hash marks so far out. Like in the pros, the hash marks are with the field goal post.
Yeah.
Where, okay, you're on the 10-yard line, great, but you're way over there. So you have to do a hard angle over, which makes it even harder than if it was shallow and all you have to do is kick it straight.
But I have always kind of enjoyed that college and high school have to get creative with that. In the NFL, it's just like, okay, we're going to kick from here. Make it so a little harder on the kickers.
Yeah. I think kicks should be harder.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Let's make it a little bit different.
Yeah, why not? I mean, right now it's too easy. They're kicking 70-yarders with ease. I mean, that's crazy.
Joe does it. My wife's like, I'm sorry about the dogs. I'm like, hey, with George,
bring the dogs on. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I'd bring my dog on, but he's out wreaking havoc somewhere. Or
right.
Who knows what?
I'm blessed enough to have my wife in the room with us when we're doing a podcast. So, it's kind of funny. But.
So we have to talk about the quarterbacks. They both looked like crap. Will Howard threw 2 interceptions. Aller, somebody put out a tweet that said, well, if Aller actually connected with all those passes, he would have had an awesome day. And here's what his stats would be. It's like, you know what? If some butts and candy and nuts, we can't do hypothetical things. I mean, Aller did make some good throws, but they were to bums and that dropped the ball. But Will Howard did not look good. He threw 2 interceptions, and it's debatable why whose fault some of those interceptions were, but still, now, I mean, this is the thing we've been talking about for months now. We get a report from Jerry Dulac that says they're gonna keep both young guys. Okay, my thing is, are we at the point where they could cut Will Howard and sneak him on the practice squad? Do you think that could happen?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think there's a team that is maybe looking for a third quarterback who are like, you know what? We have our starting, we have our backup, and then we have who knows what.
Right.
Let's get this young guy who at least, has the possibility of, the knock on Will Howard was more physical. It was, he didn't have the rocket arm. He doesn't have this, but he doesn't make stupid decisions. And if you're looking for a backup quarterback, well, okay, the interceptions were bad. I would say the interceptions were bad, which really kind of shocked me, because if you look at their history, their college history, who would make the bad decision? Will Howard or Drew Aller?
Right.
It would be Drew.
And actually, if you asked me that, Dave, 3 weeks ago, I would agree with you. But the thing that I've seen, and if you want to talk about development from McCarthy and a young quarterback, is that, remember, I've watched Drew Aller since his inception coming to Penn State, even when he was a rookie in the blue-white game. He notoriously had problems getting flushed out of pocket and making passes. Now he's making them all of a sudden, and one of them was an amazing, beautiful pass.
Oh my God! What, the one down the sideline?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was gorgeous.
And all of a sudden, Will Howard is kind of looking. You got to remember, Will Howard had 3 wide receivers that went to the NFL in that Ohio State championship team, right? 3, and Drew Aller had 3 guys who work at Home Depot,
right?
And so that's not giving an excuse, but even though the performances were blah, Aller was fairly mistake-free, no interceptions. That's what you don't want. Right. And I've always said to Joe and you, Dave, I've always said this to both of you, if it does come to where Aaron Rodgers goes down or can't start for a week, and I'm sure that might happen this season just because of his age, you want your backup to quarter come in, and what do you want your backup to do? Control the game, don't make any mistakes, let the rest of the team win the game. If that's happens right now, I'm going with Drew Aller or Mason over Will Howard.
Yeah. See here, I think in a Steelers fan's mind, oh my God, of course everybody wants Will Howard. But question, who was a 6th-round draft pick of Jacksonville last year? Or the Jets, or the Rams, or Carolina?
Yeah.
We don't know those people. Nobody outside of Pittsburgh knows who Will Howard is. He's just a 6th-round quarterback. So, and he's a 6th-round quarterback that just looked like crap. So I could see the maybe. Now that's a risk you take. You're right, Dave. Maybe somebody will take him. So I don't know what they're going to do.
I mean, who knows most other teams even backup,
right?
Let alone their 3rd string.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So
and they probably really suck, whoever that backup is. So yeah.
And honestly, if they probably put him through waivers, Philadelphia would get him just to screw with the Steelers again.
Revenge for Kenny Pickett,
right? Hey, win a Super Bowl, and Will Howard will be a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
That's right. But the thing is, and Darren, you mentioned this. Drew Aller got flushed out of the pocket. He bought himself time, and he threw a beautiful pass down the sideline that was pinpoint accurate. It went for a big play. Mason's not making that play. Will Howard's not making that play. And that's the thing about Will Howard. There's a reason he was a 6th-round draft pick. He doesn't have the arm. That 2nd interception was on him. He just did not put enough on the ball. And then the 1st interception, I think he didn't see it. But then again, I've also heard that both interceptions were Roman Wilson's fault. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
that's the other thing coming up this week. Now, if they do switch the order, where Drew Aller is not going against, literally people who will not be
right
in being paid to play football, but he's going against even 2nd stringers for the Bills. And I'm not saying that the Jets, if you think, okay, AFC East, who's going to be the better team, the Jets or the Bills?
Right. I agree, Dave. I think that's a really, really good point.
We start him. He may look crappy against a much better defense.
What do you have to lose? I mean, they're 2 rookies. Yeah. You might as well put them. I mean, you don't need Aaron. No. Aaron's not playing. McCarthy wants him to. He doesn't want to do it. And we learned last year, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to do something, he's not going to do it.
Right.
And
there's no reason to put Mason out there.
I think Dave's 100% correct on this. Put Drew Aller in that first 2 drives, and put Will Howard in and switch him. I don't care what you do, but put him against at least a top defense for 2 or 3 drives and see what you get out of it. 100%.
You see, I would love to see last week. I know they were probably doing it for consistency. Switch quarters instead of switching halves. Because the second half, he's not only playing against 3rd stringers or people not making the team, he's playing with 3rd stringers and people not making the team.
Yeah.
Now, you could say, yes, they can see, does he at least have his mechanics down? Does he at least, do the basics? Which, admittedly, I did not place team sports or sports in general in terms of when I was older than 12 years old. Okay. I was not athletic, but some of the stuff they talk about, I'm like, don't they teach you that in Pee-wee football, let alone high school and college? Like quarterback footwork, unless you are a genetic freak who's like, oh, I don't have to worry about, I've got so much more skill. Yeah, I've got so much skill and I'm so much physically bigger and better than anyone else. I don't have to worry about the details. Not many people are like that. That's where you get the coaching in the terms of like when they're young. So you look, like, I know baseball a little bit more. They teach you pre-little league how to catch the ball, how to deal with a grounder, the basic, how to back up, all that.
Somebody needs to teach the Pirates.
Well, yeah, that's true also. But I'm saying that's where it seems to be breaking down. They're not learning early on. it's kind of like not learning how to spell or do basic arithmetic early on. So when you get older, you can't read essays or understand big numbers because you don't have the basics. Drew Allard, they're literally teaching him how to spell as a quarterback. And they're saying this year, you don't even have to worry about writing essays or doing anything complicated. Learn this basic stuff you should have learned 5-10 years ago, and then we'll get teaching you the more complicated stuff. And
I think what we've learned this preseason is, I mean, the big question is, okay, this was a big job interview for Will Howard to say, okay, are we good enough to just get rid of Mason Rudolph? And the answer is no, he's not good enough. He's good enough to be on the team. He's good enough to be the number 3 quarterback and Aller number 4. And, like just have Aller, like you said, have a redshirt year. But Will Howard did not do enough to be number 2. It's good that he'll be on the team. That's nice. And, that's what we're assuming, just because there's some report doesn't mean that's going to happen. But
and you wonder a lot of times how many times these reports, the Steelers are going to keep 4 quarterbacks. They're told that by the team specifically just to do a smoke screen off of something else.
Right.
Now, could they trade Will Howard for a 6th or 7th round draft pick for next year?
I think if
they get a 6th round next year for him, I think they do it because then you can use that to move up in early, package a 6th and a 4th to move up on your 4th or something like that.
Right.
So I'll answer Dave's question about the footwork. So in that state championship game, we played Montoursville. The quarterback was Mike Mussina's brother. So Mussina played quarterback in Montoursville up until 87 when he was drafted by the Orioles, if I remember right. And then we played his brother. The coach back then was a good coach called Jim Burgle. And when we prepped for Montoursville, it was like it was all about that kid's footwork. Footwork. He didn't have a strong arm, but he was quick and he had good footwork. So the defense was coached this way. So Jim Burgle, the coach, then gave that information to our coach, Guy Gibbs, afterwards. And the next years we started getting, more older and freshman, sophomore, senior. We were practicing that footwork in high school. So they damn well do work on footwork all the way through high school. For his to be as bad as it is at an NFL level is alarming to me as well. And then a couple of times this week on the NFL channel, they were talking about whose fault was that. And a couple of quarterbacks were saying it was definitely Howard, because despite the fact that Roman Wilson didn't look back and looked ahead a little bit on the one, they weren't an elevated enough pass for him to have catch a ball. Both were technically behind him and on his left shoulder instead of his right. So that's just the way I saw it. And I kind of agreed with them. So I thought the passes were bad. I'm also not impressed by Roman Wilson by any means.
No. Let's talk about him.
Probably making the team as a depth guy.
Yeah.
But he didn't look good either. So, yeah.
I am so sick and tired of this guy. It's been the same thing for 3 years now?
2.
4
Remember,
years now?
he was injured his first year.
Yeah.
He's only played 2 years because the first year he missed because of injury.
Enough is enough. It's the same issue every time. He is not running the right routes.
Right.
And I got news for you. Aaron Rodgers didn't like him last year. And if he pulls that crap this year, which it totally looks like he's going to, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to like him this year either.
No.
So it's either Jeremy Bernard or
I think he's your number 3. He's your number 3 wide receiver.
Well, he better be good because other than that, they are screwed.
But you don't want to be on Rodgers' dog list.
Yeah,
no, but it sounds like at least Bernard can play multiple positions well.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Wilson cannot really play the outside. He just can't do it. So, I mean, Bernard, I think Bernard, I'm not saying he's shown flashes of brilliance, but he hasn't stunk. And he's broken tackles.
You know, the only thing about that is, from what I saw him in Latrobe, he looked pretty good. They connected on some great passes and stuff like that. I almost feel like, are they maybe protecting Jeremy Bernard a little bit? Like, we don't want anything to happen to him because we don't want to rely on Roman Wilson. Because you're right, Rodgers and Wilson are not on the same page. And that, in Aaron Rodgers' world, it's like it's worse being on Aaron Rodgers' SHIT list than it is Mike McCarthy's or Mike Tomlin's. Because you're dead to the world.
The way that guy holds a grudge, you'd think he was Italian.
That's right, Aaron Rodgers Toscano. Yeah,
Rodgerzo or whatever, Rogero.
Rogerio, there you go.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers has also said that in the West Coast offense, he should not even have to look the throw. Mm-hmm. It should be three. He knows when you call the play, it should be 3 steps back. He should throw to a spot without even having to look, because that's where you're going to be.
You could tell that is his attitude.
Yeah.
Because he'll just throw to a spot. And if the guy's not there, well, that's your fault, buddy. We saw that last year. He would just throw to some random spot. It's like, I don't know what happened here, but somebody screwed up.
Right.
So that is very concerning. If they don't have it, the wide receiver 3 is supposed to be an important part of a Mike McCarthy offense. If
honestly,
you don't have one,
I'm
you're
not
screwed.
concerned about 3. I think, Jeremy, I think he's good. I think he's a big step over Roman Wilson. I don't think they're going to get rid of Wilson. Depth. Or if you need to have 4 wide receivers and one guy, just say, run that way as fast as you can to pull some defenders off. But, I'm not, I feel a heck of a lot better, of course, and the fact that wide receiver 1 or 2 really hasn't played yet, but I still feel a whole lot better than I did going into last year's wide receivers room.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
great point.
Now, here's my concern. Hopefully he has a better rapport with DK Metcalf, but I hope that he has a pretty good rapport with Michael Pittman, because we haven't heard anything about him. It's like he's non-existent, and hopefully that goes well. So
another big day. Him and DK Metcalf were completely active, played in all 2 practices today.
Good.
So yeah.
Here's my theory. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not, that they're done with practices in Latrobe, and now the practices are more private. Now they're bringing everybody back, especially Jalen Ramsey. I think they're trying to hide what he's going to do in this defense, because I think he's so important. Because they said he had some injury like at OTAs, and that was 2 or 3 months ago. Like, if you have some kind of leg injury that's lasting 2 or 3 months, that's a big problem. So hopefully they were just keeping him like a secret weapon. We'll see. But this whole Joey Porter Jr. thing, this needs to be, because McCarthy talked about it today, and I don't think he's too happy that it's still going on. He's like, I understand, there's contract disputes and stuff, but this dude has missed all of camp on a brand new with a brand new coaching staff. That's not a good look. That's just not good. And
he doesn't have the not only player connection, father of player connection that Tomlin had. Right. There's not that. Well, he's a Steeler. His dad was Steeler. We had to go. Everyone dealing with him. Everyone knew it. No, it's fresh. And the thing is, how much would Joey Porter Jr. get?
What do you mean?
I think he's going to get north of 30.
That's the thing. Like, I think Joey Porter Jr. thinks he's like a top 3 corner, and the Steelers probably think he's a top 10 corner, and that could be pretty big difference between, we'll pay you $30 million a year or pay you $25 million a year or whatever. I don't know, but you know what? Just get it done at this point. Just we need him.
I wonder too, guys, if Dan's not sitting there saying, kind of sick of being, chastised for having the most expensive defense in the NFL and not really getting the results. And you're asking me to pay this kid and make him top 3 paid cornerback in the NFL. Well, that hasn't gotten me or this team anywhere the last few years.
What are we doing here? You paid Benton, you paid Herbig, like it's just getting more expensive.
Yeah, right. You paid up a backup linebacker $100 million.
Right. And what are we getting for this? We don't have the best defense.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. So,
and I know money would be money for this year, no problem. Next year,
next year I think they're good.
Not if they sign Porter for 30.
Oh, yeah?
No, they'll be tight. They'll be tight because that'll be the first year of his extension. So that's where a lot of they. So yeah, they're going to have to move things around.
The cap will go up another $100 million or some crap like that.
Well, that too, yeah.
Fine,
Right.
I mean, they're making all their money from making us watch it on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Telemundo,
Nickelodeon,
the Sports Channel Network, Nickelodeon, all those things are just squeezing us dry. So
and they're getting the European money, and I just realized I should have been more in tune to this. Shame on me, but the 49ers and Rams are playing Week 1 in Australia. I don't
on Netflix.
On Netflix. Okay, go to Australia, fine. They've never ever been there. But why would you rob either the LA fans and LA Ram fans, they'll sell that place out, or 49ers fans, which are probably, I would consider, a prime team. Why would you rob their home fans, either one of those fan bases, of the home opener?
It's a division rivalry.
And it's division rivalry.
And
like
two good teams.
Yeah.
And two good teams. Yeah.
Right.
To be on I think it's gonna air in the United States on Wednesday or some crap like that.
Yeah. Right.
Which might mess up my fantasy team.
Yeah. I just did that tonight when I was setting Joe's in my fantasy league, Dave. I was just setting our fantasy stuff, and I'm like, because it said last day you can lock in your roster for the week, and I'm like,
what do you mean games start on Wednesday? What is this?
Right.
Thanksgiving Eve. There's a Thanksgiving Eve game now.
There's a Thanksgiving day after Thanksgiving game, I believe.
Yeah, Black Friday game.
Yeah.
There's a Black Friday game.
Yeah. So. NBA loves that.
Yeah. It's weird. I mean, they're just trying to expand, and then now they're talking about maybe having a team in Europe. What the heck? How on earth would that work? That would be a disaster.
If you're Arch Manning next year, and it's not going to happen because it's not in place yet. If you're Arch Manning, because there's already talk that started today that they will not go to the Browns if the Browns are the number 1 team. So it's like Elway in Indianapolis or Eli Manning and San Diego at the time all over again. Could you imagine we say, hey, Dave, you're the number 1 prospect in the entire NFL, and you're going to go play for the Tokyo Dragons. What player is going to want to go start his career in Tokyo, Barcelona, Frankfurt? What the flip?
You want to be in a whole other country? I mean, just imagine your job. Just imagine like, hey, Darren, we're moving you to Dusseldorf or something like that.
Right.
Like, I have a family, right? Like what are we doing here? Like,
yeah, they're no different than us. They may make more money than us, but it's the same as us.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And we laugh because like, oh, these are millionaires. It's like not like the 53rd man on the roster that's making $500,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you want to, but the thing to me is like, we're old enough to remember this. They've already done this basically 3 times and it's failed. The World Football League in the late 70s, the World League of American Football in the 90s. They only lasted a year. The USL basically failed. I mean, nobody wants to go play for the Rhine Fire.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Barcelona Dragons, the London Monarchs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember all those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Sacramento Surge.
yeah. Stop it. Stop
now. Those guys are going to be on the phone with their agent, Joe, and be like, get me the hell out of Barcelona.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, what is this crap? I want to be on a real
But
real
no, and
continent.
even if someone was okay playing there, you know, it's still a matter of it's kind of like what college football is going through. Oh, UCLA, make your travel arrangements because 2/3 of your games are going to be across country, 3 hours apart, and you got to fly people there.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure your school has, they do, but make sure your school has the budget for plane travel and everything else. And the players are okay. And I know we're getting further and further away from student athletes, but you got to fly out 2 days ahead of time now.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's
I mean, you
absolutely
can imagine.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
UCLA. What UCLA is in the Big Ten.
Big Ten.
They're in the Big Ten,
And
along with USC.
Stanford, I believe, is in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Mhm.
I hope there was no geography majors on that team because I don't think that team in California is on the Atlantic Coast. But the thing going on, which I believe just happened today, where the Browns cut a player, and that dude is going to show up on a college football team.
LSU.
Unbelievable.
He didn't make the Browns. He went to 2 other teams. They cut him, and now he's going to be at LSU this year.
Shame on LSU for bringing him back. Well, because we know there's no rules anymore, but still, shame on LSU for bringing him back, and shame on the SEC and the teams that play LSU for allowing that. Because remember what happened with that dude, with that gambling dude.
Mm-hmm.
When that gambling dude, they said when Texas Tech said we're going to bring him in, the conference and everyone said, go ahead, bring him in. We're not going to play you. We're going to boycott your games, and that basically forced their hand. Mm-hmm. This is absolutely ridiculous what's happening in college football now. There are no rules, and it's absolutely crazy. But
I hate to say it, but the NFL has gotten by being cheap with college football instead of a minor league. So they can say, we don't have minor league like baseball does. We just have the college kids. So like baseball, you can't, like in baseball, someone's having a rough spot, throw them down to AAA, see if you can get them better and bring them back. Well, NFL, you can't do that. But they're fine because they don't have to fund minor league football and have a bunch of minor league football stadiums. There's your solution. I hate to say it, but make college for make college for, you have 4 years of eligibility. That's it. Boom. And then anything older than that, the NFL needs to have their NFL minor league teams like baseball and like hockey.
Yeah. And I'm not getting on a political soapbox here, but hey kid, you played well in college. You tried out for a couple NFL teams. It didn't work. Life sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
Go find a job coaching, job coaching, whatever your major is. Like Dave said, student athletes, maybe you were marketing, whatever. Time to lean back on your degree, maybe be a high school coach, college coach, whatever. It's done. You tried, you failed, it's over.
How old is this guy? What is he? 23, 24, 25, whatever?
23, I believe. 22, yeah.
He'll be playing against 18-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
What do they say about college players? You have to be at least 2 or 3 years in college before you could go to the NFL, and the BS excuse as well. You don't want a young man playing against grown men or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, now you have grown men playing against kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And if I'm the NFL, I would say, you want to go back to college? You just burned your bridge. You're not coming back to the NFL, buddy. Good luck with that.
Yeah. But that also would contend the NFL and the NCAA do what's right for the players, which we know they do not do.
Right.
Like we said about before, it's about money. Hint, the picture behind me.
The Disney thing, yeah.
Which is the official tie-in for Disney, and somehow we got Pete.
We got him?
Yeah, this is from the Disney site. This is the official. This is Disney. This is
That's
official.
who we get.
Well,
That's
like
who
that.
we get.
Looking like that.
That's
Yeah,
schmuck.
I don't know.
I went to the Disney site and downloaded that picture. That is not a mock-up. That is, you can go right now and purchase Pete,
I'd
the
rather have
neighbor, the neighbor from Goof Troop.
I'd rather have Pete than Flounder or Sebastian or something like
That's
that.
true.
No,
That's
but I
true.
saw someone do a mock-up with Colossus
Okay.
from X-Men
Yeah.
because
That'd be cool.
It was
That
a
would be cool.
Disney
Or
so-
Wolverine. Well, not Wolverine, but
No, but I mean, like the Vikings got Thor. Makes sense. He's a Viking. Kansas City got Iron Man
okay. I
What?
can see that.
because of the color, I guess. The
Oh,
red and
come
the
on.
yellow. 49er. I think the 49ers. Yeah. If you remember from Toy Story, Stinky Pete, the
Yep.
prospector, that's who the 49ers got.
Wow.
But someone's going to buy this.
Oh yeah. Oh, because
Lots of people are
Disney-
going to buy it.
You'll see
Who
that.
likes Pete?
You'll see that at your first Steelers game, guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
I-
they're not. They're normal Disney NFL prices for merchandise. So T-shirt for $45, which I think is ridiculous.
I wonder if the Dolphins got Flounder or Ariel.
No, the Dolphins got
I gotta look this up now.
the king from Little Mermaid.
Oh,
I think-
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, that makes sense. I wonder if the Vikings got the guy
I
from.
kind of like this.
the Vikings
I
got
kinda
Thor.
like that's
The Vikings, yeah.
uh,
Okay, that's not too bad. But
That's not
remember,
The Vikings
Pete-
got Thor.
yeah.
No, that's no fair.
What the flip?
I mean, come on. What Viking God of Thunder.
We should
It
have
kinda makes
Wolverine
sense.
because Wolverine's colors are yellow and black.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or
But
War
no,
Machine or something.
Yeah.
Steel making machine. I don't know. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We should
got-
have got Iron Man. First of all, Robert Downey Jr. is a Steelers fan, and second of all,
That would've been
Iron
worth it.
is kind of close to Steel.
Yeah.
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 Yep. Oh, I can't believe that. But then again, I have a beach towel downstairs that has Bugs Bunny and Taz.
From the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You know what though? I'm willing to go with that. First of all, Taz is cool.
yes.
Taz, I'd be okay with.
Looney Tunes, Taz, and Muppets Animal.
Oh,
Same idea.
my favorite guy.
Uncontrolled chaos would have been great. And remember, Disney owns the Muppets too.
I've been
So
in a Muppet Land, yeah.
We could have gotten Sweetums.
Ooh. I had a
You
boss
know?
that looked like Sweetums once. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but now I'll say this: Pete here is a cat. Okay, he's written as a overweight, grouchy cat.
I can't wait to comment on this. This is great, Dave. I can't wait to look this up. Wow.
But all of them came out today. They were leaking ones before, but they all came out today. And yeah, this is.
I wonder if the Giants got the giant from the Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, maybe.
That's insane. Wow.
Who would? No.
But Dave's right. I mean, it's Disney, so wherever you go, like if the Colts got that horse from Frozen, the Colts fans will show up in droves
Well,
with that crap.
okay, let's not forget who the Raiders got.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Do you know who the Browns got? Pluto.
Ah!
Dog.
No,
A
no,
dog
this
does.
one I'm upset about. New England got Captain America. That stinks. The Jets got Buzz Lightyear.
Okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Houston got Jessie from Toy Story. That kind of
Okay, that's
they got
fine.
screwed
Cowgirl.
there.
It's a cowgirl. No, I mean it's a cowgirl. At least it's kind
Woody
of
would have been
related.
better.
Tennessee got Thanos.
What?
That
No,
doesn't make any sense.
I'm seeing Kansas City got Disney's Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, what marketing crew put this together? They need to be lined up and fired.
Dallas got Woody. That's funny.
Oh God.
Well, you know what, though?
The
Those
Giants
count.
got Wreck-It Ralph.
Who got to work, Ralph?
Ooh.
The Giants.
Eagles got Dr. Doom.
Green.
Ooh.
That, you know what? For the green, I could see that.
Guess what Detroit Lions got?
This was the no-brainer.
Mufasa.
Exact. Well, Simba.
They got Simba. Yeah. The Packers got. Did you see what the Packers got?
What did they get?
Chewbacca.
Oh, that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense.
No, it doesn't.
Here's a perfect one. You know what Tampa Bay got? Captain Hook.
That's good.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. San Francisco got Stinky Pete the Prospector.
Wait a minute.
Stinky Pete. Stinky.
Now, the Colts got horse collar. It's one of those old, like 1930 Disney cartoons.
They got screwed.
Why wouldn't they give him what's the horse's name in Toy Story?
Right.
Well,
that would make sense.
Yeah. The Broncos got the
did.
horse Maximus. I think that's the horse from Hercules.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't, that, they had tons of horses.
Did the Bengals get Shere Khan?
Yeah, they
did. They did. Yeah, that's exactly who they got.
I know what I'm doing for the next hour.
Which looks so cool. That looks good. The Ravens got Maleficent.
That's cool. That's perfect. Yeah, some of these are really good, and some of these are really
familiar
bad.
as a Raven. For some reason, they put the Beast with Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
The Chargers got Disney's Hercules and Pegasus. Okay.
Oh, because of the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicago got Disney's Baloo. Who's
Baloo?
The bear.
That's
The
a
Jungle
bear.
Book.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bear from
necessities,
Jungle Book.
maybe? Yeah.
But then again, if you remember, go ahead.
I think Jacksonville got Pepita. I do not recognize.
I
don't know him.
Gargoyles, maybe.
I don't know. Carolina got Disney's Bagheera, whoever that is. I don't know.
Bagheera is the panther from the Jungle Book.
Okay. New Orleans got Disney's Lewis.
Who the hell is that?
I know. Who is that? I don't know.
Lewis?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I think Kansas City got the big bad wolf.
The Rams got Disney and Pixar's Sully. Sully? Interesting. Okay. I have no idea what he has to do with the Rams, but okay.
But if you remember, I remember being a kid. I think it was Super Bowl 19, maybe, where they brought out, it was like the mid 80s, they brought out the huddles. Remember that? And it was like your mascot, like a cute stuffed animal, like the Dolphins. There's a dolphin. The Jet was a stuffed jet. The Broncos had a horse, right? And the Steelers guy was like a cross between a pirate and a robber. He had remember he had the black and white stripes and the big silver belt buckle, because they absolutely could not think of anything better than a robber pirate guy.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly like the Steelers do have a good mascot you can match up with.
No. Now, they got Seahawks. Finding Nemo Seagull.
Okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Seabird. Okay.
Yeah, but still.
God, it would be perfect if we had an Iron Man. Oh my God. A black and gold Iron Man.
Wait. Now, I understand why they gave the Commanders who they did. They gave him Ham.
Ham?
From Toy Story. Yeah.
That's a good one. Because of the hogs.
Because of the hogs.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
And they gave him with a little hat on top, like a little retro bowler. It looks cool. That looks cool.
Yeah.
But I think
the Steelers got screwed. I think that's
yeah.
I think if you were to
Even
rank
though I don't mind
every
the
Disney
design,
character, Pete would be way down there.
Yeah, I don't mind the design of, especially with his face yelling, but it doesn't. There's no tie into anything. It doesn't make any sense.
I just remember him as Mickey Mouse's enemy, and like,
yeah.
ooh,
Yeah, they might have given us Clarabelle.
But I was like, okay, Pete. So I looked him up. He was actually in a cartoon before Mickey.
Oh yeah. I remember him when I was a little kid. Yeah.
But no. Way before Mickey, even before Mickey was a character.
Dang.
He was one of the first characters that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like someone gets a puzzle. It was like pre-Mickey. It was like early animation, and then for some reason they gave him a peg leg, and he was peg leg Pete. And then they got rid of the peg leg, and I think what most people remember him who are a little, I wouldn't even say a little younger, millennials and younger, will be the neighbor from Goof Troop.
Yeah.
Great.
The Browns should have gotten Goofy.
Yes.
They should have been given Goofy.
Well, don't worry. That's their starting quarterback. Goofy.
Seriously, they could.
I mean, as much as we'll talk about the Steelers and what's going on and who knows what, no one is as messed up as the Browns quarterback room right now.
QBR rating of 33.1 since 2022. That's your starting quarterback.
And then
just lambasted the fans yesterday.
Exactly. He has the balls to say the fans booed me and they cheered when I got hurt or whatever. Like, bro, you are so tone deaf. Just collect your money. And the only reason they named him the starting quarterback was so they could say, okay, we tried. We're switching to Shedeur Sanders, which is not exactly the greatest option anyway. I mean,
I don't think but you know what? He has not. I hate to say he hasn't stunk up the place, but he's not as bad. Of their options, he's their best option.
Yeah.
Well, but the fact that last year the Browns got 2 quarterbacks in the draft, and next year they're going to go for another quarterback in the first round.
I've heard it called canning for Manning. They're just tanking. So.
Well, there's another reason that he's a starting quarterback. There's $236 million of why.
I think I'm guessing the idiot owner who insisted on trading for him in the first place is saying, "Hey, I paid all this money for this guy. Let's see what he could do." He is absolutely shot. He is. I mean, if you see any of the video of him either in training camp or in games or whatever, he is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the Browns, and I'm sure we're going to have the annual, preview show, pick'em show, but all they had to do was figure out a way to balance that offense and make it score 18 to 20 points a game, and they were going to be something to be contending with. But they've just gone backwards like only the Browns can.
If they only kept Baker Mayfield, that's all they needed to do. Imagine the Browns with a reasonable, quarterback and all those draft picks. And yeah,
so you mean the Steelers starting quarterback next year, Baker Mayfield?
I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with Baker Mayfield. Oh,
hey, there we go.
There we go.
I'm trying to keep her off the keyboard too.
Okay. Well, that concludes. Now I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to Disney about their selection for this
Dear Disney.
To whom it may dear Mr. Disney.
Dear Walt.
Dear Walt.
Unfreeze your head.
You got to watch that crap. I mean, you could get banned from Disney really easily for stupid stuff. We were there and they wouldn't let this guy in because of something he recorded like the day before.
Oh, really? Wow.
They stopped him right at the gate. They're like, "Sir, we have you on video illegally recording this show. You were not allowed to." It's like, oh my god!
Dang.
Remember, Disney; those parks are money makers still. It isn't a matter of we have the park to do that. No, the parks are there to make money, and
but they must have some kind of crazy facial recognition to automatically identify this person.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, you go to Disney, and most people pay for the pass thing where you can, you get like a little key or something. You tap it, you do something. That's your tracking, or through an app. You're tracked.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, but you're agreeing to it because you're getting a better experience. But oh no, Disney is, they are strict because they want people who go there to have the best experience possible. And if you're going to mess with someone else's experience, they have no problem throwing you out. They are Disney.
As much money
Disney
as you
is
pay,
not
you better
great.
have the best experience.
Yeah, and they do. And honestly, you talk to people who go Disney, it is a great experience when you're there.
We had fun. We had a good time.
Everything's run very, very well. They even have stray cats to take care of the mice on park.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how Dave got his. He said, "You're coming home with me. Get in the bag."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You just stuck him in the bag.
Yeah. Right.
I'm taking you home from Homewood.
There is an abandoned park that I think it was a water park or something like that, and it's like completely abandoned, and it's like overrun with animals and something now. It is wild, but yeah. Disney. I mean, I'm a big Star Wars geek, and I haven't been there in like 10 years, but I would love to go see the Star Wars stuff.
Oh, my son still talks to me about. It's been 3 years ago now. You actually ride in the Millennium Falcon.
Oh my God, I would love that.
It's like so.
And you got to make it, and building your own lightsaber.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
cool.
and they're all so like in the Millennium. Look at us on this podcast. Dave could be the pilot, you would be the gunner, and I could be the reserve gunner.
Okay.
And the lightsaber, so they'll ship them home for you. And they're in such character that what they'll do is they'll come up and they'll say, "Okay, Mr. Joe, what galaxy do you live in that you would want this?" Yeah, and they have their own shipping department in Star Wars land for you to ship your new stuff home, because they have some very large, like they have head statues. They have we've got a full play game of the what is it, Sabak?
Oh wow!
Yeah, we got that, and we shipped it home, and yeah, I mean they're totally in character. You have to get them to break character, and they yep.
When they say things like, "Where are you from?" Pittsburgh. I don't know where that is.
That's exactly right.
We talked to what's her name from Frozen, Ariel or something. I said, "Where are you from?" It was Pittsburgh. He's like, I've never heard of that place.
Yeah. These guys go, "What quadrant is that in?"
Yeah.
They do.
That's so cool. All right, well, guys, thanks for coming on. And I'm gonna write that letter to Disney.
Thank you. I know how I'm gonna spend the rest of my night now, thanks to Dave.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we gotta see. I gotta see these pictures of these things.
Yep.
All right. Hey, thanks.
All right, guys. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.